What's up guys, Last Minute Man coming at you with the OnePlus 7 Pro. Let's go ahead and take a look at OnePlus's latest champion in Nebula Blue. This phone by far is probably one of the most technologically advanced phones on the market today, and it's really hard to believe it's coming from OnePlus. And I don't mean that in the bad way, just for the price point, it's hard to believe you're getting so much. So here it is. The never settle slogan. I love this, absolutely true. Stands true to this day. Their new Bullet Wireless 2. And here it is in the Nebula Blue. I'm honestly really excited to see the finish on this because as we know, OnePlus has always taken a look at their finishes, the feel, just everything that Apple kind of ignores. And I love that about them. And this year is no exception. So we've got the Nebula Blue here. Let's take a look at that. And I'm very excited. Like, this is them actually pushing the envelope. So from what I've seen, what I've read, they actually looked at their device and tried to optimize every single corner. Every single area of the device that they could, they did, and this pushes the boundaries, absolutely. With screen technology, the 90 Hertz refresh display, like that's a blend between the iPad Pro and the iPhone's 60 Hertz. You know, the best compromise right now between an organic LED display and the highest possible refresh rate. Wow. Okay, that looks good. That looks really, really good. It's, oof. Wow, that actually looks really nice. So I've never seen a phone color like this, and it shimmers and shines in this light like no other. I mean, I loved the lavender, the purplish one, Thunder Purple. This just takes it to another level. So now you have that triple lens camera setup on the back. We do have a full screen QHD Plus display here. Again, 90 Hertz with HDR10. It's just mind-blowing how much tech they included in this. They have absolutely no camera up here. You know, the camera now raises from this little point over here, and there's a lot of technology behind that. So I'm excited to test that out, but it's a little chunkier than the OnePlus 7. Oh, actually, yeah, just a little bit of a larger phone, but you're getting a 6.67-inch display in return. Wow. And it feels great. So they've actually optimized the curves on the device. They said that they reshaped the device. They've looked at it in every single possible new light and adjusted it accordingly. So can always respect change no matter who it's coming from, change, innovation, and improvement. So they've done a lot of work on the fingerprint sensor itself. They've changed the algorithms. The layer of glass is different now. It's a 3-layer element. And in general, they've just optimized it for absolute speed and accuracy. And I love it. Like, that's the ultimate version of the phone unlock, is to be able to scan your finger, I think. Even better than Face ID. Like, I would prefer this on the iPhone if you could have it. But with Face ID improving later this year, like, we'll see how that goes. But usually the fingerprint unlock is faster. So check out that screen to body ratio. That's only possible thanks to the new camera. It really blows my mind. Like, eventually the iPhone will get here. It's crazy to think that this is cheaper than the iPhone XR, yet it has accomplished something that even Apple hasn't done. Now, the first thing you notice using the display is just how fluid it is. Unbelievably so. So this is a 90 Hertz display. The iPad Pro is 120 Hertz. The current iPhone is 60, and it just feels smooth. Like, my camera can't even show you at this frame rate, but it's smoother than ever before on any smartphone. Like, it's how is this possible? They have a 4,000 milliamp battery in here, so of course that certainly helps, but yeah, it's very smooth. Like, please Apple, bring this over to the iPhone. That's crazy. Even Samsung doesn't have this. For higher price points, OnePlus, you guys have really outdone yourselves. Like, that is by far the best part of this phone. So let's check out that pop-up camera. And this will be my first time using one of the motorized ones. I remember back in the day, there used to be some phones where you could like flip it out, but this is in another league. So let's see, how do we switch cameras? There it is. Ah, look at that. So double tap, it slides up, double tap, it goes away. So this actually has a security feature where if you drop the phone, oh yeah, it did work. The camera itself slides back. So it does work. Very cool. And then it lets you know basically free fall detected. So then you can raise it again. So regarding the durability of this camera, they say they've tested it 300,000 times. And even if you launch it 150 times a day, it'll still take over 5 years for you to basically get to the wear level that they've tested. I love how sleek the earpiece is here. And you have dual speakers now. So this is one and this is one, and it's basically gonna beam at you instead of outwards or towards the bottom of your phone. Very, very cool. So that is a crazy field of view Oh my goodness. I love this. I absolutely love this. So look at that, holding it the same distance from my face, yet this one captures so much more in that field of view. Lovely. Okay, so on the rear, we now have an ultra-wide lens with a 117-degree field of view. Of course, we'll get into extensive testing here. It's still dark out, but we'll go take some pictures in a second. The camera technology is off the charts here. I mean, the actual sensor size is half an inch large. Okay, and just a quick test for video. So we got some hue lights here going. Let's go outside. It's a pretty dull day. Started raining. Missed the sunshine by a little, but give you an idea of audio and quality. So it's very lush. I can already tell the OnePlus is very lush, and the bokeh looks better. Oh my goodness, that looks great. So let's see the optical image stabilization here. A little bit of movement. And there's that. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Just a quick sample for you. Ultra wide is awesome in photo mode. I wasn't able to activate it in video mode. Not sure what that's about, but we do have 3 times optical zoom. So that's 2 times on the iPhone, and then here's an even 3 for you. So just like that. This is optical on the OnePlus and digital on the iPhone. Let me know your thoughts. Let's test out that screen unlock. So how long does it take? Oh wow, okay, so the animations pretty much are not there. It's pretty much instant. Yeah, that's ridiculously fast. Face ID, be shamed. Okay, so the screen's off. Let's see how long it takes. Oh, yeah, so that's my stutter. Yeah, really no comparison. Just blown away by the speed of this thing. They've actually optimized Oxygen OS in every single way to save you time. A place that Apple really doesn't care so much about. Their animations are long and drawn out. Here, they're instant. No matter which app you're jumping into, things are just opening up faster. And that's just attention to detail that I appreciate. Saving you time, because that really does add up. Beautiful. I mean, this screen, it looks like a sticker. It's even better than the Galaxies, I'd say. I mean, the S10 Plus really surprised me when I first saw it. This takes it a step further. That 90 Hertz makes a huge difference in the way you use your device. Oh my goodness. Please, Apple, give me this. So this is on max brightness, and I'd say the OnePlus is certainly the more vibrant one here. Both look good, but just wow. So this is what I have to deal with to get through a whole day of battery life on my XS Max. I don't think we'll have the same problem here, so they claim, but let's go ahead and test those stereo speakers. 89 decibels on this guy. Let's reset it.
Probably the most exciting thing in your near future.
Okay, so a little bit louder.
The 2019 iPhones. So let's get into.
But both are pretty close. Those are some really good speakers for a smartphone. Like in the Galaxy S10 Plus, nowhere near as good. So they've improved the actual haptic vibration motor. They call it the X-Axis. And it definitely feels a lot more like haptic touch on the iPhone. There's a very subtle kind of kick, especially when typing. That's very apparent. So they've improved something that matters so much. Even the Galaxies don't pay attention to that. Inside of the Galaxies, they still have the old motor. So I'm very interested to see what they look like on the inside. So far, so good. Everything's shaping up here. Now they've improved their night mode. They call it night mode 2.0. The screen can get down to 0.27 nits if you want it to. So that's near complete dark. The iPhone certainly does not have this problem. I need the accessibility shortcut just to get there. So it's not the same, but wow. They've improved it where it counts. Apple will be updating theirs soon with a very similar night mode. And they have a blue light filter that filters out blue light waves. Don't know if it's hardware level or software, but it's certainly there. The software touches are certainly nice with the volume UI. The refinement Apple has not reached just yet. But I wanted to test the 10-layer cooling. So they're touting a 10-layer cooling that works in overdrive basically during gaming modes, extended usage periods. What better way to test than by running a graphics bench here, and midway through I'm gonna see hottest point on each phone. Does their technology actually work? I'll take this moment to speak of warp charge. OnePlus has always been ahead of the game when it comes to charging speeds. Warp charge 30, they say charges 38% faster than before and is even better under duress. So while you're playing games, while you're watching videos, whatever you're doing and charging at the same time, your device will stay cool. So on the OnePlus, we have 96.4. On the iPhone, it's pretty cool, 92.8. So, oh wow, this does feel a little warmer. It may have the cooling, it may certainly need it, but that doesn't mean it runs cooler than any other phone. The iPhone certainly feels cooler to the touch running an intense graphical benchmark. Talking about power, this has the Snapdragon 855 inside. We'll run a Geekbench here in a second. It's basically the best Android has to offer at the moment. You can get up to 12 gigabytes of RAM depending on the color and configuration. But pricing wise, the Mirror Gray starts at $669. If you want the Nebula Blue, it's going to be a little bit more at $699. Then if you want the 12 gigabytes of RAM, it'll be $749. So not bad at all. For $749, you get the ultimate version of this phone compared to Apple's paltry iPhone XR. Not that this is a bad offering, it's just that you're getting so much more for your money with the OnePlus. And the speed, the polish, to me it's a better phone in every way, but a more in-depth review of course is required before I can make that assessment. Although I'm liking it in every single way. Like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not being paid for this. Obviously I got this as a review unit, but like, this is a fantastic phone. I can already tell. And with some minor polish, which it seems to be fairly polished straight out of the box, I'm only excited for the future of this phone. And then we've got the Bullets Wireless 2. Let's take a look at these while it's still running. These are gonna run you about $100. They are wireless. They're answer to AirPods in a way, but more sport oriented. These are noise canceling after all. And nice, you get some fitments, some adjustments, and it does come with a cool little case. Oh yeah, they certainly cancel out the noise. They work. You know, I'm not a fan of these. I would still prefer AirPods, but they feel good, certainly, and I'm sure that they perform fairly well. And here's what we're working with. So 231K versus 372,000. This is considering just about everything, including the CPU, the GPU, and the user interface, which this score is higher on. So this of course has more pixels per inch, 516 versus 456. It's very surprising to see that higher score with more pixels to push. Okay, multi-core score is almost on par. The single is lagging behind by about 1,300 points, but it's very close. It's getting there. This certainly makes up with 12 gigabytes of RAM compared to 4 on the iPhone XS Max. So there it is, guys. You know, OnePlus, well done, bravo. What you guys have done for under $700 or $750 for this version just blows my mind. And it really tells you, like, there is no excuse for a notch in 2019. You can innovate around it. And this is probably one of the coolest things about this, besides the 90 Hertz refresh rate. Just, wow. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's so cool. So, yeah. Anyways, thank you, OnePlus, for having me. I will do a more in-depth review here in just a little bit, but so far, so good. Peace.